So the kettle is on, ready for the start of our cruise. We're just waiting for Mark to get out of bed.
Hello, I'm Mark.
I'm Julie.
And welcome to
We're on the move. Finally you get up.
What do you mean finally I get up? I've been out for a jog.
A jog.
Oh, what's out running the sun in that?
So are you out of breath?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm out of breath.
I think it's more the case that you've just walked from the bedroom.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Long day today?
Long day. How many locks?
I don't know. I'm going to have a look in a minute. I think about 8 or
8
9.
locks and about 6 miles, did you say?
It's quite a way.
And
yeah.
a water fill up and a shop.
Yeah, it's going to be a long day today.
Yeah, okay. Alright, but it'll be fun. A few overhanging trees.
Yes. So we're just getting ready to put the pram cover down, and then we can be on our way.
3, 2, 1.
And the next job is to take all the pots and plants off the side and the top of the boat. And you can see we're on chains today because there's some Armco down there. So you've got the fuel boat here that's just fueling another narrowboat. This part here is the easy bit. It gets quite tricky around the bend, I think. This is a beautiful working boat. Hiya! Thought
that tree further down.
I know. Coming up, we've got 3 boats moored together. They look like quite big boats. There might be a big boat and 2 smaller boats. And then not long after that we've got quite an overhanging tree. Obviously because of the lockdown no one's been able to get out and do any maintenance, so there's a lot of trees down, and I think we've got 2 down on this stretch that we're going to be doing today, so fingers crossed we can get by. After we get past these we will be stopping at the water point. Don't know why you do it. Yeah, you're missing it. Use this water point. It is always, there's always somebody on it. So let's see if our luck has changed today. Fingers crossed. It's looking a little bit promising. So at the water point, Mark will just flush the hose through. Don't you dare! It is hot enough, mind. Mark, there's a runner.
We had a wide beam, a narrowboat and another narrowboat, all breasted together, so they were all side by side. And then we had overhanging trees on this side, so we had to squeeze past them and then make an acute turn, so a sharp turn to avoid an overhanging tree on this side, which meant we then had to try and squeeze past, believe it or not, a narrowboat moored opposite the overhanging tree, and then try and turn in the tightest of lines. But because as we're going in at a certain angle and then trying to turn, there's no room for the back end to turn out, so I had to get Julie to push off of the boat with a pole to try and give me the swing that I needed to go round. So it was interesting.
It's really tricky because it looks like you're going to be able to do it easily from the front, but what you don't remember is that the back has to come round as well.
For everything the front does, the back does the opposite. So if the front's going that way, the back's going that way. And unfortunately, they don't bend, these boats. So, yeah. So
that's an idea. Flexi boats.
Yeah.
Could be the thing of the future.
So, but it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be.
No. We've got one more overhanging tree that Jules Fuels has pre-warned us about. And I know he got stuck going through with just the single boat. So a single narrowboat going through. So it might be a case of us on the front with some shears and a saw.
And a saw, yeah. So, but we'll see. You'll come along for the ride anyway.
Wish us luck.
So that's our second lock of the day done. It's taken rather longer than we thought. Filling up with water took about half an hour, maybe 35 minutes. But we seem to be meeting a lot of boats, which is good in one respect because the locks are set in our favour, but it is taking a little bit longer as we're helping the boats through, and then obviously we're going into the locks. But 2 down. Now we're going to go through Croxley, avoid another overhanging tree, and then we are going to see if there's a space outside Tesco's to get some supplies, which loosely translated means beer.
So from our walk the other night, we know that there is another tree that is slightly overhanging the navigation down here. So hopefully we'll be able to get through without moving too much else off of the roof.
Great name for a boat, Artful Dodger.
So that wasn't as bad as we thought. It was a lot worse from the towpath.
This is lock 79. It's called Common Moor Lock. It's the lock at Croxley Green. We've moored here a couple of times. In fact, we spent Christmas here last year. Our son lives just around the corner, so it's an ideal location. Now you can see why they say stay clear of the sill. That is a very big sill, and if you get your back end of your boat caught on that, you're soon going to know about it. It will sink your boat.
Well, so far it has taken us an incredibly long time. We've had to fill up with water. Water point took ages. We've now got one more lock and we will be at the shops, and obviously that's going to take another 45 minutes maybe, and then hopefully we will push on and go on towards Denham today. But we'll see how far we get. You know what we're like, we're probably more up after the next lock.
Okay, this is lock number 60, and I think this one is our 4th lock of the day. So we're getting closer to the Tesco's. We're going to pull up, get some shopping / beer. Don't tell Julie, she doesn't know this yet, and then move on as far as we can get towards Denham. Okay, so we've made it as far as Tesco's. In true We're on the Move fashion, we're probably going to stop here so we didn't reach our destination of Denham. It's about 3:30. Julie's just popped into the supermarket to get some supplies. That's going to take about an hour, so of course once she comes out then it'll be 4:30, and then it'll be time for us to think about finding somewhere to moor. So here's just as good a place as any. It's got Armco, there's a couple of spaces, and what we've decided to do is leave it to fate. So we're moored currently on the Tesco's wharf, which you're not allowed to stay overnight, and opposite us are two very large wide beam size and length spaces with Armco. So if they're still there when Julie comes out of the shops, we'll moor there, and if they're not, we'll move on. So we're playing mooring roulette. Let's see who wins.
Okay, so by the time yesterday we did the shopping, it was really late, and as always we never get to the destination that we're thinking of. So we did stop here at the Aquadrome, and now we're going to be doing 5 miles and 4 locks. We're going to get as far as Denham Deep Lock, where we're going to stay over. It's a little bit more difficult for moorings, working out where the best moorings are nearer to London, because it is more crowded and urban, so it's finding safer moorings. So we're hoping Denham Deep Lock around that area would be a good place to stop. So we will get there today. Yesterday it was 28 degrees. Today it's getting up to 32. So it's quite nice being in the shade. We're going through. Lots of it. And look at my beautiful flowers that have started to come out. I didn't actually know they flowered. That's lovely to see. So we've got a lot of water coming out of this side and the narrowboat opposite, which we don't want to hit. But of course the water flow is going to push us over towards the narrowboat. Let's see. We're going to have to go faster than we normally would. We're going to be fine. Better than we thought, actually. Now we've got to do the same thing. We've got a lot of fast water coming that way, and I think we might bump the bridge on this side. coming out with some force because we had a lot of rain for about a week, and on one of the days it was quite continuous. So there's it's really flowing out of there. I think we're going to be fine. Door shut. We're okay. Are you saying we were going to hit the bridge? Of course we weren't. Got the koi carp pub up there, which is not open at the moment due to the lockdown, but I'm sure it will be shortly. And on we go again. How did you find that then, Mr. Weir?
It's quite hairy actually.
Yeah.
Because you go through one and then you go through another one.
I know, they're quite fast at the moment, aren't they? Must have been all the rain that we had.
I could feel the boat sliding across no matter how fast I went. Luckily at a certain point, the nose of the boat was almost sort of into the flow.
Yeah.
So that was, I was able to then get a little bit more power, but yeah, just, and even going under the bridge, the second slightly weaker one pushed me into towards the bridge. Yeah,
well I actually had to look at the second one and it wasn't as weak as we thought it was, so it was quite fast moving.
It was.
So now is apparently the tree that's fallen over.
The last obstacle,
the
really.
The last obstacle, hopefully. But a good cruise. Temperature is boiling though, isn't it?
I reckon it's 32 degrees, something like that.
It's supposed to be 32 today, and I think, it's definitely reached that. So we still haven't found the fallen tree yet. Every time we go around the bend we think, oh, it must be here, but I haven't found it yet. I'm hoping it might have gone, but we'll see. It's bound to be around the next bend. So I think here we have our overhanging tree. So hopefully the sun has dried some of the leaves and the branches, so it might have sprung back a bit, but I know when Jules Fuels came through they really struggled with this. So let's see how we get on. It is taking up quite a chunk. What you can't see is to the right hand side, which is the towpath side. It's actually very shallow and you can't get within about 3 foot of the side. So we might have to do some chopping. We've got some secateurs and we've got some saw and everything, so let's see how we get on. Very shallow that side.
Where did it carry from? Oh, I am running into the water.
Careful, Mark.